For thousands of years, humanity has looked back at its own past, only to realize that some chapters are missing. Buried deep under sand, stone, and ocean, there are secrets that defy logic, discoveries so strange they shouldn't even exist, and yet, they do. Today, we will journey across continents, across centuries, into the shadows of history itself. These are not ordinary archaeological finds. These are the ones that whisper to us from the darkness, forcing us to ask, did we really know our ancestors, or have we underestimated them all along? From colossal monuments built with impossible precision to devices that should belong in the space age but are thousands of years old. Brace yourself, because once you hear these stories, you may never look at human history the same way again. They stand like sentinels on the horizon, three enormous structures rising from the sands of Egypt. The Great Pyramids of Giza, the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. For over 4,500 years, they have watched empires rise and fall, holding on to their secrets. We know they were built for the pharaohs Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaura as tombs to carry them into the afterlife. But here's the question that has haunted scholars for centuries. How did ancient Egyptians, without modern cranes, lasers, or even steel tools, create something so massive and precise? The Great Pyramid alone contains over 2.3 million stone blocks. Some weigh more than 70 tons. Each block is placed with an accuracy of just a fraction of an inch. Even today, engineers admit that reproducing such a structure with the same precision would be a near impossible task without advanced machinery. So what did the ancient Egyptians know that we don't? Some researchers suggest a massive workforce of over 20,000 skilled workers. Not slaves, working in shifts with ingenious ramp systems. Others believe they used water to wet the sand, reducing friction when dragging heavy blocks. Some propose they possessed lost technology, forgotten engineering methods, possibly advanced tools made from copper alloys. Then there is the astronomical mystery. The Great Pyramid is aligned almost perfectly to true north, with deviations of less than 0.05 degrees. This level of accuracy is baffling, even with today's technology. Some say the pyramids are more than tombs, they are time capsules. Others believe they were energy generators, or even markers left by an older, forgotten civilization that came before Egypt itself. Whatever the truth, one fact remains. The pyramids are more than stone and sand. They are a message from the past, a message we still cannot fully read. Antikythera mechanism. In the year 1901, off the coast of the small Greek island of Antikythera, sponge divers discovered the wreck of an ancient Roman cargo ship. Among the treasures pulled from the seabed, statues, pottery, jewelry, there was something far more mysterious, a lump of corroded bronze, broken into several pieces. At first, it looked like nothing more than scrap metal. But when scientists examined it more closely, they saw tiny, precise gears, dozens of them, intricately interlocked, crafted with a level of skill thought impossible for its time. This was the Antikythera mechanism, a device over 2,000 years old, and it would change our understanding of ancient technology forever. Using X-ray imaging, researchers reconstructed the mechanism and discovered it was an ancient analog computer, capable of predicting astronomical events, eclipses, planetary positions, even the timing of the ancient Olympic Games, with astonishing accuracy. The device had more than 30 bronze gears, each cut with teeth so fine that they would have required tools and techniques supposedly unknown in the ancient world. For centuries, historians believed such technology only emerged in the Renaissance. Over 1,000 years later, the Antikythera mechanism shattered that timeline. So how did it exist? Some argue it was the work of a lone genius, perhaps inspired by the great mathematician Archimedes, whose inventions were centuries ahead of their time. Others suggest it was part of a lost tradition of engineering, evidence that ancient civilizations were far more advanced than we imagine, and that most of their knowledge vanished in the fires of history. But there's another question. Why have we found only one? If devices like this truly existed, where are the others? Were they destroyed? Hidden? Or, is it possible that the Antikythera mechanism was never meant to be found at all? Whatever the answer, this artifact proves one undeniable truth. History is not a straight line of progress. Sometimes, the past is not behind us, but far ahead. The Nazca Lines. In the arid deserts of southern Peru, there lies one of the most puzzling creations in human history, the Nazca Lines. Sprawling across more than 450 square kilometers of barren land, these massive geoglyphs were etched into the earth over 1.500 years ago by the ancient Nazca people. From the ground, they appear as simple lines or paths. But from above, something the Nazca themselves could never have seen, they reveal enormous shapes. A hummingbird stretching nearly 300 feet. A spider with impossibly long legs. A monkey with a curling tail. And countless geometric designs, all perfectly proportioned and aligned. The question that has haunted archaeologists for decades is simple: why? With no mountains high enough nearby to view the full designs, the Nazca could never have seen their creations in their entirety. Were these massive artworks offerings to the gods? Perhaps sky deities who could see them from above? Were they part of an astronomical calendar, mapping the stars and solstices? Or, as some fringe theorists have suggested, were they signals meant for beings not of this earth? Adding to the mystery, some of the lines stretch for miles, perfectly straight, despite the uneven desert terrain. This level of precision would be challenging even with modern tools. How did the Nazca achieve it with nothing more than wooden stakes and simple cords? And then there's the strange fact that the lines have survived for over a millennium without fading, preserved only because the desert is one of the driest places on Earth, almost never seeing rain. Even today, no theory fully explains the purpose of the Nazca Lines. They remain silent messages carved into the desert, a grand design meant for eyes that may not belong to humans at all. The Great Pyramids of Giza, towering over the golden sands of Egypt for more than 4.500 years. The Great Pyramids of Giza stand as some of the most iconic and enduring structures in human history. Built during the reign of the pharaohs of the 4th dynasty, these colossal monuments were intended as tombs, eternal resting places for kings who believed they would rule even in the afterlife. Yet, the deeper we study them, the more questions arise. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, the largest of the three, was once covered in smooth white limestone casing stones that reflected the sunlight so brilliantly. It was said to shine like a jewel from miles away. Each stone block weighs several tons, and there are over 2 million of them. Somehow, the ancient Egyptians transported and positioned these blocks with such precision that even today, a thin piece of paper cannot fit between them. The sheer alignment of the pyramids is another puzzle. They are oriented almost perfectly to the cardinal points, north, south, east, and west, with an accuracy that rivals modern surveying equipment. And when viewed from above, their positions mirror the 3 stars of Orion's belt, a constellation the ancient Egyptians associated with the god Osiris, lord of the afterlife. But how exactly were they built? Mainstream archaeology suggests an enormous workforce of skilled laborers used ramps, ropes, and copper tools over decades of construction. Yet alternative theories propose something more mysterious: lost ancient technologies, forgotten knowledge, or even assistance from beings far beyond our world. Inside, narrow passageways lead to hidden chambers, some of which remain sealed to this day. Modern scans have revealed unexplored voids within the Great Pyramid, sparking speculation about what treasures or secrets might still lie buried in its heart. For millennia, the pyramids have stood as both a triumph of human ingenuity and a riddle carved in stone. They guard their secrets well, and perhaps some answers are not meant to be found. The Antikythera mechanism. In the year 1901, sponge divers working off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera made a discovery that would forever change our understanding of the ancient world. Deep beneath the waves, inside the remains of a shipwreck, they found a corroded lump of bronze and wood. At first, it seemed insignificant, just another artifact worn down by time and the sea. But as conservators carefully cleaned it, intricate gears and inscriptions emerged, revealing something extraordinary. This was no ordinary relic, now known as the Antikythera mechanism. It is believed to be more than 2,000 years old. Dating back to around 100 BCE, scholars soon realized it was a highly sophisticated device, an ancient analog computer, capable of predicting astronomical events with remarkable accuracy. It could track the positions of the sun and moon, forecast eclipses, and even model the movements of planets according to the knowledge of the time. What makes it so baffling is that the complexity of its gear system, with over 30 precisely cut bronze wheels, would not be matched for more than 1,000 years. The craftsmanship and mathematical understanding required to create such a mechanism seemed far ahead of its era. Some researchers suggest it was inspired by knowledge from the great city of Alexandria, where science and engineering flourished. Others wonder whether the design points to a much older and lost tradition of technology. Despite decades of study, we still do not fully understand every function of the Antikythera mechanism. X-ray imaging has revealed inscriptions hinting at its purpose, but parts of it remain missing. Was it used purely for astronomy? Could it have been a tool for navigation? Or perhaps it served a ritualistic or astrological role? Today, the Antikythera mechanism stands as a reminder that human history may hold far more brilliance, and far more mysteries, than we often assume. It challenges the idea that ancient people were limited by their time, showing instead that ingenuity knows no bounds. And it leaves us with a haunting question. If such advanced technology existed over 2,000 years ago, what else might have been lost to the depths of time? If you enjoyed uncovering these incredible archaeological mysteries, imagine how many more secrets still lie buried, waiting to be found. Don't miss our next journey into the unknown. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and join us as we explore the most astonishing secrets in human history.